Hi, I'm Becky Canterbury. I am Senior Manager of Business Operations and Cloud FinOps at Shutterstock. AI is a big portion of our space right now. It takes over 50% of my day, to be honest. So we started over a year ago reporting, and it was actually coming from finance who was asking for this information. And since then, it has grown both with providers, the models we're using, and the people who are interested in it. As a FinOps team, we're not providing a lot of governance around it yet. Right now, we're more in that learning mode. The engineering teams that are using it, they're quite condensed at this time. They're managing all of that governance side of that. But I can see that growing as more teams start using it and we're putting more guardrails in. And they're really modeling a lot of what we've done in FinOps in the cloud space. So it's great to see those lessons being learned and being used elsewhere. So in this learning phase, our first insights are combining all the costs in the same space. We now have this 30,000-foot view of what our AI costs truly are. Before, it was you go into one console, you go into another, and you see all the costs, and you never saw it bubble up to where that is. Now we can see by provider, by model, how much we're spending and where. And we weren't able to see that before. Just that one piece of visibility is helping the business make decisions, product, engineering. And we haven't built, at that point, we hadn't built that much other than that basic reporting. And it's provided a wealth of information for different teams and different individuals. The confidence in knowing what their costs are is incredibly important. We're breaking it down by tokens at this point. So now it's engineers can see what that is. We're layering over usage data with our AI cost data so you can see truly what that business value is. And that's making the decisions with product, with what they're moving forward with. It's also helping with contracts, right? Because we have a lot of providers. We use a lot of models with our AI space. We do generative AI for both images and videos. We have a lot. So being able to provide that visibility is incredibly important. And providing it not just to engineers, but we go all the way up to the C-suite. We're sharing it. So meeting and having those conversations with finance, with the business on our costs. Wow, insightful. So how I collect the information for both the engineers and all the way up to the C-suite, I create a cost metric stack for GenAI that I provide every month. It has a high-level overview for executives that has color-coded, are your costs going up? Are they going down? I also track commitments, where we are on our commitments, so that's very clear. And then in that same deck, it shows by business unit. And then there's a way to go into the tooling that we use to get that detailed information. So the engineers will start looking at that, especially the leadership within engineering, but then dive down and just go into reporting and look at that space. So it's a push-pull. I push that information every month, and then the teams themselves, the engineers, go in and take a look. And through that visibility, the engineers are now taking a lot more ownership over their costs, creating their own reports, providing me the heads up before we get a spike, which is awesome. That's really, I like to be very proactive with these things. So it's helped me build the story then when I talk to, executives of why the costs might have gone up or why they have gone down, because engineers are so much more engaged now in leadership. What sort of decisions are being made with this data? Contracts, model usage, so they can see what models are getting used more. I just did this actually last week, have a marketing push. What impact did that have on the business? So really product and the business are able to make decisions based off this data. Now, is it perfect? We're evolving right through this. We're all learning together. So in 6 months, my answer would probably be a lot more than where it is currently. This kind of collaboration between the groups for us is fairly new. It's been within the last 6 months. So we're learning and growing how we can help and support each other in this space. So as we continue to add providers, continue to add that and report on the information. And then I'm taking a lot of my lead from what the business is looking for, because as I share information, I keep getting asked, can you do this? Can you watch this? Can we add in this additional AI tool and see how it's impacting our workflows? So right now, really the sky is the limit. What people want and what they're looking for. I'm going to continue to add the data as I am provided it, and I'm able to provide the detail and the summaries. But really, I'm going to be looking at leadership and the business to tell me, like, how can I help you increase your visibility and your decision-making powers even more?
Hey everyone, producer Andrew here. Thank you so much for watching and for your support. For more FinOps content, go check out our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and leave comments and questions for all of our wonderful speakers. We appreciate your support.